everyone, so this is going to be the second part of my makeup collection, and this is going to be my highlighter collection. And I have a lot more highlighters than I do bronzers, but I still think I have a not completely horrifying amount of highlighters, but I will share with you guys what I have. A lot of them are mostly drugstore. I have like one or two kind of like more expensive ones, but I will share with you guys what I think about them. So I'm just gonna start out with my two most expensive ones, and in actuality the products themselves weren't as expensive, but the full sizes are pretty expensive. So the two products I'm talking about are both from Becca, and it's two miniature sized products. One is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Opal, and although it looks like it's really small, I have been using this non-stop since October, and it's now the end of May, and I still have not hit pan on it. It's my favorite, and I would highly recommend this. The expensive, or the full size one is very expensive though, so I don't know if I want to buy the full size one or if I want to just like buy the mini again, because like I said, it was $20 for both of these, so you get two products for $20. So if you kind of think about it, you kind of think about it like this was $10 and this was $10, so that's kind of how I justify it. So even though it's kind of small, this is still pretty good for, you know, $10. So I really love this one, and my neighbor decided to just start mowing their lawn. And then this one is called the Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight. This one's also an opal, and it has a very large kind of what's called doe foot applicator. I gotta be honest, I don't love this one as much. It's still really pretty and, you know, shimmery and highlighty-ful. I just don't find myself using this one too much. I love this one so much. It's my go-to. So I wish they would make more of these in like the mini sizes, because I would honestly just buy the mini sizes. I wish they had Moonstone in this size. This one is opal, and it's a little bit more goldeny, and I think Moonstone's a little bit more of like a silvery white kind of color. I would die if they had those in these sizes, because even though I know I love the product so much, I think it's about like $30 something for the full size, and that's just so much. So I don't know if I'll ever actually buy the full size one, or if I'll just keep going back to this one and keep buying the mini sizes, but that one is my all-time favorite, so not even gonna make you guys wait for that one. My next bronzer is a oldie but a goodie, and this is kind of one of my tried and true favorite highlighters, and I actually haven't used this in quite a while, but it's really good. So this one's actually technically called a bronzer. It's definitely not a bronzer. So this one is by Hard Candy, and this one is called the So Baked Bronzer. So not at all a bronzer. This one is in the color Tiki, and I have used the shit out of this one as well, but there's still a lot of product on this one. So when it starts out, it's like a domed baked highlighter. This one is so beautiful. It has such a nice like fine like feeling to it. The texture, it's so soft. Let me kind of like actually put some on here so you can see, but it's so beautiful. I like, look at that, it's really good. So this one, it has a very similar like color. This is called Opal too, Becca's Opal. Yeah, the colors themselves are actually pretty close. The Becca one's still shimmerier, so I don't know if you can see, but Becca's down here, and then the top one is the Tiki bronzer. It's still really good, and I think that the Becca one is a slightly bit more pinky, like just a hair. It's a really great highlight, and this lasts forever. I think it was about $6. I don't know if the prices has gone up since I bought this, but it has been quite a few years since I had this, but one of my favorites, and I definitely need to go back to this, but Becca just kind of has my heart at the moment. So another Hard Candy product that I was so excited to try, but I was very much let down. This one is called the Candlelight Universally Flattering Illuminating Powder Duo. So it looks like this. If you guys have seen this, don't buy this. I can't remember how much it was. It was probably like $6 to $8, and I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be just like Tiki, or you know, it's gonna have the same texture and it's gonna be great and it's gonna be awesome because you get two colors and it's so affordable. Don't buy this. I did not like this at all. First of all, the first time I opened it like a normal person. It wasn't like a Tasmanian devil ripping into the packaging, but the hinge on this side is broken. It's broken. So yeah, that's annoying, especially when it's like the first time you open it. Another thing I don't like is like the packaging of it. It's very bulky. It's very weird. It comes with like this teeny tiny mirror that is not useful in any way. I can, you know, see maybe like this much of my face, you know, at a time. So the colors on them look really pretty just from looking at them. So one is slightly more of a darker, kind of like barely rosier color, and that's that one. It's a little bit darker. I don't know how well it'll be showing up on camera, but and then there's this one that is a little bit just like a hair more yellow. So when I actually feel the product, it feels smooth but not in a good way. It feels smooth, like it's just bad. It's just bad. Like there's a lot of, you know, baked highlighters that get this bad reputation because they tend to be very dry. These are the epitome of a dry baked bronzer. I keep saying bronzer, highlighter, of a dry baked highlighter. You probably can't see from this far back. These are so chalky and so like, they're not even that powdery because there's just no color there. Like, not there. It's just not there. Don't get this, guys. If you want a really freaking awesome highlight from Hard Candy, go for the Tiki bronzer. It's a highlighter, I swear. I'm pale as like a ghost and it's a highlighter, so it will work for a lot of people. So the next highlighter I have is from e.l.f. and this one I don't know if they still sell. I have a lot of e.l.f. makeup and they kind of like have really like switched up a lot of their products over the years. So this one is called the Healthy Glow Bronzing Powder. Again, it's not, this color is not a bronzer. And this one is in the color Luminance. So it looks like this. It's really dirty and it's, you know, not great packaging. But the color looks like this. It's, again, one of those more kind of goldeny colors to them. This one is surprisingly really, really soft and smooth feeling. I think this might have been like $1 or $2 whenever I first bought it. But the color of it, like, it's actually really, really pretty. Sorry I had to change my camera battery, but so as I was saying, this one is very surprisingly smooth feeling. And this one, I really like this. It's kind of like an underrated, like, kind of highlight. It's, like I said, a little bit more on the goldy kind of side. I don't know if you can see it. I know my light's so bright. But this one is actually like really good if you want more of a natural kind of highlight. It's definitely more of like it almost has kind of like a glow from within kind of look to it. It's not really noticeable, like detectable high shine like, you know, the Becca one. I love the Becca one, but like you can see this from like a mile away. So it's not subtle in any capacity. But this one is a very, very subtle, actually I wouldn't even call it subtle. Like, you can definitely get some really pretty glow to it. It just looks very natural and doesn't look like, oh, she's wearing, you know, like a super frosty highlighter. So this one, like I said, I don't know if they still sell it, but I actually really like this one. So this next one is another e.l.f. highlighter, and this one is actually from the Studio line, and this one is called Gotta Glow. And this one I think it was $3 when I bought it. Like I said, they always change their prices, so I don't know if it's still $3 or even if they still sell it. So this one is a lot more of like a cool, like buttery yellow color. So even though this one is actually more expensive than the other e.l.f. one, I don't really think this one is as good quality as the, you know, the cheaper one. So this one is actually, it's a little bit more on the dry side. It's a little chalkier looking, definitely a little more flaky. This one, you can still get a pretty good highlight with it. Like when you blend it in and stuff, you know, some of that chalkiness kind of does kind of go away. And this one again is a little bit more of one of those subtler or more subtle highlighters. It's not that super intense like Shimmer. So this one, it's an okay highlighter, but it's definitely not one I would like say go out and get, especially with this one being, you know, in my opinion, a better highlighter and cheaper. But again, I don't know if it's still available. So this next one is from ColourPop, and like I said in my bronzer video, for the bronzers, I don't really like using my fingers to apply those, and I haven't found a brush that really works too great with those. But with this one, this highlighter, this one is another one of the Super Shock Cheek pearlized color, and this one is called Smoke and Whistles. And this one is like a warmer, kind of like a peachier highlight color. And like I said in the bronzer one, I don't like using my fingers to do bronzer. I totally don't have that problem at all with the highlighters. I like using the highlighters with my fingers as well. So like for this one, I would just put it on my finger and just kind of blend it. So I don't know if you can like see that one. I was actually wearing a lot of highlighter before, but yeah, this totally doesn't bother me at all to use my finger to put on highlighter. This one is like another one of those super like shimmer from a mile away, so if that's something you're not into, I would say either stick away from these or maybe try like the satin ones. This one I believe was about, I think this was maybe $6. It was maybe like $6 to $8. I can't remember the price of these, but I do like the highlighters because, like I said, I don't have an issue using my fingers to apply it. So this next one is actually the newest one I got, and I actually got it today, but I didn't pick it out. My mom like went to the store to like go get some makeup for the wedding she's going to or whatever, and my mom is not a like makeup fan really at all. Like she never wears makeup unless she like has to or stuff, and so she picked this out, and I was actually kind of impressed because like some of the other stuff she picked, I'm like, oh mom, no, don't pick that, and I wish I was with her to kind of like show her like this is good and stay away from that. And you know, it's kind of funny because a lot of the time, you know, your mom is the one who does that, but my mom just isn't into makeup and never really was, so I kind of feel like I'm the mom in this situation because she'll ask me for recommendations, so it's kind of funny. But she actually picked this one out, and I was kind of like impressed. So this one is by Wet n Wild, and it's called the MegaGlo Illuminating Palette, and it looks like this. And this one is in the color Catwalk Pink. So this one is another one of those really giant products. So like this is huge. This one is one of those products that is divided up into, you know, strips of color. So this one has 4 different colors. So you have like a kind of a golden color, a pale cool tone pink, a warm kind of rosy pink, and then this bronzy kind of like gold color. So with this one, I was kind of afraid that it would have the same overspray issue, which I hate when products have oversprays because it's very misleading, and you know, I just want to know what the product's gonna be like. I don't want to like be like, surprise, it's not as shimmery as you thought. And when it's something, especially for something for a highlighter, like I kind of want that shimmer. So this one, I actually like already swiped through these, and there is a little bit of an overspray on them, but overall it still remains fairly shimmery under that overspray. So again, there is a little bit of an overspray, but it's not like it's completely matte once that's gone. There's still a bit of shimmer to it. So I can't really say too much about this one since I just got it today, but I think I will be trying it out soon. But it is actually really, really pretty. It's a little bit on the drier side, but it's really not too bad. So I'm definitely gonna have to try this out some more before I do like a, you know, a real opinion about it. So the next thing I have is not even like actually marketed as a highlighter, but this is a really good product. So this is called the Fierce Effects by Hard Candy, and they actually come in packs of 2, and I think they're like $5 for 2, so that's like $2.50 each. And if you are familiar, they look very, very similar to the L'Oreal Infallible pressed pigments. They're in the same packaging. These are pretty much the same exact thing. So for these, you get 2 of them for $5. I think the other ones were like, God, I don't even know how much they were. But, so it comes with this little stopper on the top. Don't throw it away. It even says on here, like, don't throw away. This, I love this. This is a great eyeshadow, which is, you know, what it is. It's a pressed pigment. But this is so pretty. It's kind of like a, let me get to it. It's kind of like a pinky champagne kind of color to it. This is beautiful on the eye. You can actually see how shimmery it is. but this is also a great highlighter if you want that like highlight from the moon kind of look. So that's what it looks like, and you know, you could definitely sheer it out a bit if you don't want that super intense highlight look, but it would definitely work great for one of those multi-use products. It's, you know, so pretty. It blends really well. I really like this, and I would definitely recommend it for both uses. This next one is one that was actually one of my more expensive ones, and I got this a long time ago, and this one is from Bare Minerals, and it actually came in a set, and I bought, it was one of those holiday sets, honestly, probably like from, I think from like 2009 maybe. So this one is called Clear Radiance, and this one I'm not even gonna bother like showing unless I do like an up close. This is like a magical color, and I don't know why I don't use it more. So it looks like a rosy, kind of like a pinky golden color in the packaging. It's kind of hard to actually show since it is a loose product, so it's right here. But on the skin, it almost like turns into this like warm rosy, like almost like a holographic glow. It is so beautiful, and I remember like touching this swatch and I was like, I gotta get this, and so I got it for Christmas from my mom, and this is like beautiful. It's definitely a little more subtle, but this would be so amazing if you have a darker complexion. It would show up a little bit more. It's so beautiful. So this next one is actually along the same vein as the last one I showed. This one is a really old one, and I'm fairly positive they don't sell this anymore. But this is the Maybelline New York Mineral Power Illuminator. So this one is another one of those loose powders, and this one is like a, ooh, it's like flying up. So this one is like a, it's kind of like a, so this color is kind of like a very pale baby pink color, and I don't know if you can see that, but when it's actually on the skin, this one I actually really am not a huge fan of, but this one is kind of has like these larger shimmer particles in it. Like it's kind of got an overall satin base with like some silver shimmer, and I'm just not a huge fan of loose powder highlighters anyway. This next thing I actually got a few months ago, but I haven't really played too much with it. I got this at Ross, yeah, Ross, and this is by Beauty Treats, and it's called the Strobing palette, and this was $8. So it was this large palette like this, and it comes with a mix of, I think it's 5 powders and 5 creams, and it's like all these different like strobing products. So it has like some like neutral like silver kind of shimmers, and it's got like some slightly pinks and a little more golds. And so I think what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna do like an in-depth review on this one after I've had more time to try it out. So I'm just showing it for, you know, my collection, but I'm definitely think I'm going to be doing like an actual video on this one soon. So as far as all the powder highlighters, I think that is everything that I have. I do still have quite a few products to show left, but these are all either like creams or liquids, or anything I guess in between those. So the first one I have is actually one of my favorites, and this one is by Boots number 7. I think I can never tell if it's Boots or number 7. It looks like this. This used to be one of like the most talked about things of YouTube like forever ago. I would say, I don't know, maybe like 2009, 2010 or something. So this is from the brand number 7. It's called the Highlights Illuminating Lotion. So this is huge. I think this might have been like $14 when I bought it, and I got it at Target forever ago. But it was supposed to be a dupe of the, what's it called? Benefit High Beam. So at the time, you know, that was like the best highlighter and stuff. And this is actually, I really love the bottle of this because it actually has a pump and stuff, and it's really big. So you could actually use this, you know, all over your face before foundation, or you can use this to mix in with your foundation. That's what I did today. I just added a couple pumps to my foundation to kind of give a more overall kind of like glowy look to my skin. This next one I think I got from Victoria's Secret like forever ago, probably like, I don't know, 5 years ago. This one probably should be thrown away, and it probably will be. This one is called the Face Flash Radiant Cream Face Highlighter. So this one, I think they were having one of their sales, and they were like trying to get rid of this, which I should have known because this is not my favorite product. So it comes in a little thing like this, and it has this little cap on the top, and the actual like color of it is actually really pretty. So it comes out of like this little dispensed, it's kind of like a plastic mesh kind of look to it. And then the actual color of the product's really pretty. It's kind of like this, kind of like a rose goldy kind of highlight color. However, this is like the greasiest feeling thing ever. So this is it before I rub it in. It's really pretty. It's actually a little bit thicker. This just leaves that, ooh, I don't like it. It leaves that kind of like greasy film behind, which I'm not a huge fan of. So the next two things I have are by e.l.f, and these are called the All Over Color Sticks. I'm gonna go really quickly because I've still got stuff to show, and I'm not a huge fan of these. So these are $1. I don't really like them too much. They're usable, I just don't like them too much. And then the same thing I have is the LA Color Cheek and Lip Tinted. And I have two colors of these. One's like a spotlight kind of silver color, and the other one's a little more of like a goldy bronze. Yeah, they're essentially the same thing. I think these are smaller, and I think they were both $1, but I'm not a huge fan of those. Some more e.l.f. products I have. These are kind of like a hit or miss. I know a lot of people like these and a lot of people hate these. These are the e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whips. So I have 3 colors here, and one thing I don't like is they do separate really easy, so you have to shake them a lot. Otherwise you're gonna get an oil mess. So you have to shake them a lot, and I don't like using these on their own, but again, I do like using them, mixing them in with a foundation. I find that, especially if I'm using a beauty blender and I really like blend it all together, it gives this nice, beautiful, radiant kind of effect. So these are also $1 a piece. I like these, but I only like using them, mixing them in with my foundation, which I haven't done a whole lot in the recent years, so I'll probably have to like try it and do that some more. So, and then the last 6 products I have are all from e.l.f. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, so I apologize, but these are the e.l.f. Radiance Enhancers, and they had 3 colors whenever they first sold these. And what these look like, they're actually really cool products. They look like little brush tips, kind of like a lip applicator, but it's not for your lips, it's for your cheeks or your face or wherever. So you twist up the bottom, and the product comes through the little applicator tip. So the 3 colors of these that I have are, the first one is Spotlight. This one's kind of like an opal-y pink color. This next one is called Golden, and it is golden. And then the last one is called Sunrise, and it's a more of a bronze kind of color. So those are the colors on there, and I'll kind of like blend them. So those are definitely like a lot thicker kind of a product. And I think these were like $3 when I bought them, but I'm not a huge fan of these. They're just kind of a little thick and a little sticky. And then the final 3 products I have are also from e.l.f, and these are called the e.l.f. Body Shimmers, and they look like this. So I actually have 3 of them, and the packaging is actually kind of cool. They look like almost like baby deodorants. So the 3 colors I have is Mystic Moonlight, Golden Glow, and Cosmic Coral. And so these are the swatches of those, and these are actually kind of cool. They say they're body shimmers, but I think these would actually work really great just for like that on your face. However, these 2 colors here, those I wouldn't use those as highlighters, especially on my skin. But what they remind me of is the NARS, what do they call them? Multiples? Is that what they called them? It's kind of like this giant stick cream product that you could use like on your lips or on your cheeks or as a highlighter. It kind of reminds me of that, and they actually blend really well, and they don't feel too sticky or anything like that. So I actually like these a lot. Again, I don't know if they sell these anymore, so I'm sorry, but I definitely don't use them that often, but I like them. I actually kind of like them. So that is all of my highlighters. Like I said, I have a lot more highlighters than I do bronzers, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below, and until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.